Yo, what is up, guys? I just watched one battle after another. This is the movie from Paul Thomas Anderson starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro,
What the fuck?
Sean Penn, Regina Hall. This movie is stacked from head to toe. I just watched it, and that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about my thoughts on one battle after another. Now, if we pull up, hold up. Y'all weren't supposed to see that yet, but if we pull up one battle after another, it is currently sitting at a 4.5 star rating on Letterboxd, which means, God dang, y'all boys love this movie. Now, I love this movie too, but I did not love it that much. All right. Spoiler alert, I will say that I did not love it 4.5 star territory. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But this is a great movie nonetheless. Let's talk about it. What's great about this movie? So this is basically a movie at the end of the day. It's a fun ride movie. You know, like Hollywood in the past couple years hasn't really given us very like deep philosophical movies or anything like that, or deep thematic movies, in my opinion. Or if they do, I don't feel like the themes or philosophical ideas are something too new or perfectly executed. Like, if you look at the substance, I would say that's a good philosophical idea that we've gotten lately. But even that, you know, it's very like nail on the head in the movie, so it's very obvious. This movie really doesn't go for the philosophical approach like a lot of the movies this year, like Caught Stealing did. A lot of the movies this year have been going for this fun ride aspect, and I think this movie really knocked out of the park that whole fun ride thing, because it's such a funny movie. There are genuinely so many jokes in here where I actually like laughed out loud during. You know, there's some Batman jokes in here. There's some Spider-Man jokes in here. It's right up my alley, honestly. Like, Leonardo DiCaprio says in this movie, he is Spider-Man. This is a movie made for me. But at first, honestly, the comedy style stop. At first, honestly, the comedy style. At first, fuck, I can't speak. Okay. At first, honestly, the comedy style, it completely threw me for a loop. Because I was sitting here, I was like, is this going to be a serious movie, or is this going to be more comedy focused? When I see a 4.5 star rating with a director such as Paul Thomas Anderson, who has given us such a banger as There Will Be Blood and
Across the room and starts to drink your milkshake. I drink your milkshake.
other bangers, I think this is going to be a serious masterpiece, especially when you put Leonardo DiCaprio at the helm. But I would say, honestly, this movie really stands out for being how funny it is. Sean Penn's character, I think, is hilarious in this movie. Sean Penn does a great job acting in this movie. Great job acting in this movie. He plays, you know, a stick up his ass military guy. As far as plot goes, the plot is very simple. It's a MacGuffin plot, really. If you really think about it, if you boil this plot down to it, it's a MacGuffin plot. The MacGuffin of the story is kind of Leo's daughter here. I guess I should say spoils now for you all who haven't got to see the movie. She's kind of like a MacGuffin of the story in a way, but she's not a disactive MacGuffin. She is very much so an active MacGuffin. She is very much so contributing to her escape and doing stuff throughout the movie. And I very much so enjoyed that. I thought the first 30 minutes of the movie did not fully have me, because the actor playing the mom slash like girlfriend of Leonardo DiCaprio's character, like the girlfriend of Leo's character in this movie, honestly, I wasn't too interested in her at all. I'm super happy they did away with her after the first like 30 minutes of the movie, because really her story, like her character just doesn't have any emotional center that I can really tie myself down to, in my opinion. Like, really, she's kind of a thug and kind of just, you know, running the streets. She's a rugrat, really. That's it. She's not a thug, she's a rugrat. You know, Rugrats are like those kids who, you know, they just run the streets just to run the streets. They might steal something every now and then. They might do thuggish shit sometimes. But really, they're just looking for a good time. And they don't really care about anything, really. That's how I looked at her in the movie. I could be completely wrong about that description. I mean, there is a whole letter she sent to her kid at the end of the movie that seems pretty caring. But at the same time, you haven't been in this kid's life for 16 years and you ratted out your entire crew. To me, it seems like there's no emotional center to this character. So I'm really happy we did away with her in the first 30 minutes. Uh, Leo, I did feel like Leo gives a great performance as always. Sean gives a great performance as always. Benicio del Taco gives a great performance as always. Benicio is another character that's super funny in the movie. I think Leo's character is pretty funny in the movie too. But honestly, my main problem from the movie, I would say, is I don't think it ever lets any of the emotion cook enough. You know, like it is a very funny movie and a very fun ride movie, and I think it should have had like an extra 30 minutes tacked on to this movie. Every year I've watched this year, I thought should have had more time. I think Superman should have been an hour longer. I think Fantastic Four should have been an hour longer. One Battle After Another is another movie where I'm going to say I think it should have had like 30 more minutes. And I think those 30 more minutes should have just been uh, giving more emotion to the scenes. Because like there's a scene with Leo in the beginning of the movie with his daughter where it's like kind of the first scene you get between him and his daughter, and it kind of shows a little bit of the rockiness of the relationship, but it really doesn't show the heart of the relationship. I feel like it shows a little bit of the heart, but it doesn't show the full connection. Like from the daughter's perspective, I never really feel attached to Leo until the end of the movie where she starts feeling attached to Leo, but I feel like it kind of comes out of nowhere. Like for her perspective, she never gives me anything that shows that she really cares about Leo until the very end. But I feel like that should have been the arc of her character. But maybe it was the arc because her arc is kind of like, accepting this guy as her dad. But I feel like we focus more on her not accepting these other people for being her dad or her mom, less than her accepting Leo specifically for being her dad. Like, I can tell the character arc is there, but we focus more on her relationship with the other characters to compare it to her relationship with Leo, but I don't feel like we have a lot of time with her and Leo anyway to even compare that to. And that would be probably my main problem with the movie because I feel like the emotion doesn't resonate that hard with me in any of this movie just because of every moment where I feel like Leo should be having a strong emotional connection, and we should maybe get a bit more emotional connection to really tie us down to Leo's emotional like anchor, because I feel like Leo is the emotional anchor of this movie. I feel like the daughter is the character who changes. She's more of kind of like the main character, uh, her and her mom. I will say this movie has fantastic cinematography. Sinners is up there. Sinners had some great cinematography. F1, F1 is right there with this movie. It honestly, F1. I think voters for the Oscars are gonna like F1 cinematography more because it definitely is a more special thing. But One Battle After Another is this. It speaks the cinematic language that I speak. I like crime movies, and I like crime movie cinematography. And some of the cinematography in this movie are straight out of some of my favorite movies. Like, there's some shots here that remind me of The Hitcher. There was a shot at the end of the movie that reminds me straight up of Gattaca. Uh, I think there's some shots that are straight up like Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, like Once Upon a Time in the West, like shots. And those are some of my favorite stuff with this movie. There's this one shot where the daughter is like sitting in these woods where her and Leo stay, and there's the helicopter of Sean Penn and all his men about to raid these woods, and they're up in this like sky to where the daughter looks up and she can see the helicopter. It's such a beautiful shot. I gotta give them credit for that shot. That shot was amazing. That shot was amazing. Such a beautiful shot. And then they cut to you actually seeing Sean Penn and all of his men inside the helicopter. I thought that was great. I thought the whole chase sequence at the end, how it was shot, was beautiful. Where they used the hills because it's a very hilly like landscape. I don't know if I can pull up pictures So I'm just going to use this right here. Like this right here, you see how this is like hilly, how it kind of like comes down and it comes up. It's like a roller coaster. They use that to make you anticipate what's coming next. Because every time there's a huge drop off, you can't really see what's coming next when like as you're approaching the top. So they use that to like build tension, and I thought that was genius. I thought the music was pretty good too. I just thought the music was a little bit too chill for my taste. I wish the music, was a bit more, just a bit more like conclusive uh, in its emotion, because I don't like being outright told what to feel with music and movies. But it's kind of, the music here is kind of lackadaisical in a way, and it can really fit for almost any scene. I wish it was changed up a little bit to where like each little score for each scene is just a little bit different, to where it ties you more to the emotion of that specific scene. But really, though, I really did like this movie. I thought it was a fun ride. I thought it was an excellently crafted film. I don't think it's very deep, nor do I think it necessarily strays out of the realm of cliche as far as story goes. Necessarily, I would say it strays out of the realm of cliche just by the sheer absurdity of this movie. But realistically, it's not doing anything that's not cliche. It's just doing everything cliche and absurd at the same time. So it's absurdist cliche in a way. And so it makes it feel not cliche. But overall, it's a great movie. It's a good movie. I don't know if I'd say great movie. I don't know. Time will only tell on that. This is the first day the movie just fucking dropped. I just watched this movie for the first time. Hold on. Let me pull up my review first. This is my review. This movie settles the debate, and Sicko Mode lost. Uh, yeah, so if you don't know, they play Mo Bamba in this movie. So I think it's official. Sicko Mode fucking lost. Lost bad. First off, Travis Scott got 6 people murdered. Let's not forget about that. Second of all, Travis Scott ruined WrestleMania 41 with the longest entrance I've ever seen for a guy who's not important to a match at all. And third off, fucking Mo Bamba is still relevant. Sheck West don't even rap anymore. And he's getting put into movies. When's the last time you heard Travis Scott in a movie? I haven't heard Travis Scott in a movie this year. Maybe I have and I forgot it. But if I have forgot it, well, then that's even more proof that Travis Scott has lost the debate. Mo Bamba has won.
You guys want to hear Sicko Mode or Mo Bamba? Huh? Sicko Mode or Mo Bamba.
Where's Ollie with my fucking doll? That's my review. If I didn't have the opinion that you wanted me to have, I'm so sorry. I can only judge these movies based off what I think a good movie should be, not what you think a good movie should be. So you take that opinion and you shove it up your ass. But before you do that, you use that opinion to drop a sub on the channel. Because I actually do love you guys. I would never tell you guys to shove your opinions up your ass. I would tell you to shove them in the comments section so I could get more engagement. No, but really, though, I actually do care about what y'all say. I read every comment. So go ahead and check the comments and shit. Do all that. Outro song coming in soon. But first, I got to tell you guys to subscribe. We're almost at 1,000. Only like 10 subs away. So go ahead and sub. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't even think about it. Outro song coming in 3, 2, 1. Bitch! Subscribe! I got subs! I got subs!